you can hear, we got a full house today, so turn up to my audience. Thank you guys so much for joining us for another episode of The Wave Talk. I'm your host, Michelle, and we are back with episode 12. Can y'all believe that I done recorded like 4 episodes today? I'm really working. But I love it. I'm not tripping. I could do 2 more after this if I wanted to and still be lit. So, as I do always, I like to talk to my audience, but I'm not going to ask y'all how y'all's week was because I feel like I've asked it so many other times. Do y'all have plans for this weekend? Are y'all doing anything? Norman Music Festival. Yeah, what you doing? You just checking out some people? Anybody you going to see? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be a lot of good performers out there at Norman Music Festival. I usually go. Didn't even realize it was this weekend. But it's usually the same weekend as the Arts Festival. That's what I have to keep in mind. It's usually the same weekend. Go out there and support your local artists and your local events, guys. Oklahoma City has so much to do. If you don't have nothing to do, it's you. You're the loser. I'm just kidding. You're not a loser. You just need to tap in and figure out what's going on because there's tons of shit to do. But let's jump into our topics. Okay, let's talk music. Everybody has been doing like the versus thing, and everybody keeps saying Chris Brown versus Usher. Who do y'all think will win in that battle, in that little versus? I think Usher too, but the younger kids keep saying Chris Brown, and I'm like, y'all don't really know music, first of all. It is, but like y'all don't even know, which is crazy because Usher's been in all generations. Yeah.
People that grew up on Chris Brown always gonna pick Chris Brown.
It's crazy, and to be honest,
numbers is what's gonna tell.
I don't even think that they should be like in the same type of category. I don't think they make the same type.
Way more. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I don't think they.
I mean, even when you go in the early '90s and 2000s, like I mean, the man was dominating.
Nothing's topping Confessions.
Oh yeah.
Nothing touches Confessions. You can play that front to back. Same. And it had the lyrics. It had the lyrics with it too. That shit was a bop. So if we don't feel like those two can verse each other, then who would y'all put against each other instead? Who would y'all put in Usher's group? Jamie Foxx? No. Talent-wise, maybe. I'm trying to think. Can't even think of anybody or somebody to be in Chris Brown's category. Okay. I mean, he gonna lose, but I feel like that's a little bit more appropriate. I feel like generational.
I'm thinking, I don't know.
Who?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I mean,
yeah. Music-wise, yeah.
He wouldn't beat R. Kelly. He would not.
No, he wouldn't beat R. Kelly. He wouldn't beat him. He's not. In no categories, he couldn't beat him.
And that's the only person who's up there with him.
Robert is.
Robert don't count. But last topic, that girl Tara Davis, she was stripped of her national title in track because she tested positive for weed. Yes, they just did that. It's for weed. That's what I'm saying. That's the flip side.
The prohibition of weed now. We can talk all that. We can say all we want.
It's not new cancer and this and that. Yeah.
It's federally 70% of the United States is legal for you to consume marijuana. That's
a state
70%
level.
of the United States. That means only 30% is still illegal. Not only illegal, but federally illegal.
Right.
So, call it what you want.
That's what I'm saying. People are upset about it. Like, well, it don't matter, y'all. It fucking sucks.
It's been like that.
But they didn't do that to Phelps, to Michael Phelps. He got tested positive. What do you mean? He got Olympic. I'm like, no, Olympics. Olympics.
You talking about a white man. You can't bring your mother.
I feel like you should be able to. As long as y'all don't find any performance enhancement drugs in these
She is a
people's.
black woman.
Yeah, I know.
You
gotta
like,
slip
you don't
on.
have
You
that
can't
quick-
slip. You
like,
don't
in
get
your
no
mind,
leeway,
this is a black woman smoking weed.
I know.
In the-
We don't get to give the day.
Of course.
Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps was a
They already-
14 gold medalist white
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
They already.
Right.
So they already think that we don't do shit.
14 medalist. We gonna tuck that. We gonna tuck that.
That's
She only
crazy.
won one gold medal, right?
Mm-hmm.
They wiped that away like
They
it
took it.
happened.
Give me that.
Viral.
Bless you. That's tough.
And I want that.
No performance enhancement.
She fucked up some kind of way.
They was like, oh well.
It's something
Like really bad because you say bless you like nah.
Oh, I was saying bless you when he was sneezing. Smoker stuff. But yeah, it's like it's fucked up, but it's also the law. You know what I'm saying? You can't touch no hot stove and be surprised that bitch burned you. You knew it was hot. So, you know what I'm saying?
We know we been illegal.
We know it being illegal. We're not about to keep acting
Everybody
shy.
get comfortable now because it's white enough.
Because it's 70% legal.
Because it don't make sense.
States.
But you know where you at when that's America. It don't make sense.
That's what I'm saying. You know where you at when it's not. And you know that this is the Olympics. They're not taking no shit. Especially with Sha'Carri. What was that, a year or two ago? Sha'Carri got popped for that. So it's like, that's your
And then
example.
She want to pole jump with hot in the mother. You're already going hot.
Right.
You're already hot.
You don't do that. Don't do that. We be tricking off opportunities off simple shit.
You know,
Off some weed.
For no reason.
For no reason. You know, if it's a job, that's one thing. But the Olympics, this is the Olympics. But then again, America, I guess.
you can
Right.
still get killed for smoking weed somewhere.
Just like Brittany Griner.
Like Brittany Griner.
She was in the concentration camp over a vape.
Over a vape.
And and then she said it was just residue in there. It wasn't even a full vape. And they still took her ass in.
Oh, you 15 years.
They was like, I don't care if you play basketball for us. We said no weed.
And when you saw her, like, I don't know if you saw the interview when she got back, like,
Mhm.
she was torn up.
Mm.
I mean, I can only imagine having to go through something like that just for, like, bringing a vape, like,
Right.
on the
Yeah. And then was talking about, I will play overseas again under one condition. Fuck that. I'm not playing overseas no more, but it sucks because women basketball players don't get paid anything. They have to go over there to get paid more.
Well, she said that she would do it for, like, the Olympics.
Mm.
That's what she was saying, the one time that she would go overseas
Mhm.
is to do it for the Olympics.
Okay.
So, like, if she really, the only time she would do it is if she was with her sisters.
Got you.
So, like, if she's playing on
It's
US
about the
national
team.
team,
Yeah. Okay.
Because, I mean, now, because after going through that, she can be a couple, or she can be a.
She
an
can.
advocate.
She's
She
like a
can be
martyr
political-
damn near.
She can be a political advocate.
She
you know,
can.
like,
She went through some real shit. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that backlash that she received and that Biden received after the fact was kind of tough because it's like, damn, we got to get her home, but at what cost? The cost of the nigga with the weapons. We want that man. We want that
We
man.
want him. Let's make sure that he want. No. I want him.
Right.
You. Everybody else you can keep. We want him.
We want
The dude that was
him.
actually giving us all the weapons. We want him.
We want the weapons of mass destruction guy. And then America could have got the dude who was a spy or who got in trouble for being a spy, but he's still over there. Decisions. I would hate to be the president, but whatever. Those are our topics for episode 12. Everybody stay tuned. We will be back with our next guest. Thank you guys so much. Welcome back to another episode of The Wave Talk. We have our very special guest, Mr. JPOE.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Welcome
appreciate
to The
that.
Wave Talk. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm very good.
Good.
And now I'm good. I'm straight.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you straight now?
I'm hot.
Oh, because you got the smoke. He's been here for a minute. We weren't doing any smoking because I wanted it to smell fresh for all of my guests, but
No,
he
you
was.
want to be professional.
I wanted it to be pretty. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm
But then when us hood motherfuckers come in and, yo, pull out the liquor, pull out the weed, you know what time it is, you know how it
He
goes
is the
down.
last interview, so we are kicking it at the Wave Talk.
Yes, we are.
Yes, so I'm very excited to have you. I feel
I'm
like,
very excited to be here.
Really?
Yes, I am. I wanted to be on this show since last year. For real, for
I didn't
real.
even know
And
you
it
knew
was a
about
blessing that y'all hollered at me and told me that. I was like, whoa, that's dope.
Oh,
Thank
I
you, I
thought that you were
appreciate
gonna
that.
say no.
Why?
Well, for one, I think everybody's gonna say no, and then two, I feel like I don't know, you're just such like a big deal, and this is just a cute little talk show, you know?
Nah, I love doing shows like this because this really brings you back to the essence of everything. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You're just starting. So to me, that's beautiful and that's wonderful that people, not just people on my melon skin, can actually build together and not have what they say intentional. I'm high.
Well,
But-
like malicious intent?
malicious intent. There you go. We can actually build together. So it's dope. And I fuck with the way talk. No. I fuck with your clothing line. Like,
Oh, thank
it's
you.
no way. Shout out to you know.
Shout out to New Age. Shout out
I
to New
fuck
Age.
with the clothing line. I also fuck with the talk show. So
Thank
it's dope.
you.
Yeah.
I really appreciate
For
it.
sure.
So let's get into it.
Let's get into
They
it.
call you the voice of the city. How long
The
have
voice of
you been
Oklahoma.
the voice of Oklahoma? Excuse
Yes,
me. Correct
yes.
me.
I will.
How did you get that? How'd you get that title?
But it was a lot of work.
Yeah.
I used to, back in the days, I used to call myself the mouth of the South because I was from the South Side. Shout out to all my South Side babies. You know what time it is. You know, and before anything, I used to be in the streets. Let's just be real. I wasn't no collegiate, athlete, none of that. I was a real street motherfucker at the end of the day. So that's where it originally come from. I just call myself the mouth of the South because I was a very prideful individual going to high school, stuff like that. So from there, it became a situation where my partner literally put me on stage without even thinking about it. He put me on the stage and I just, naturally I did my thing because I come from a family full of musicians and full of singers and full of people that been in front of an audience, so I'm not scared. You know what I'm saying? I've always had to, when they went to church, because my mom, my dad, my family, my uncles, rest his soul, my cousins, rest his soul, everybody that actually was musicians and singers in my family was like, so you could just imagine, I come from that. So it's just natural that I get on stage and give y'all what you want.
Yes, and you are like Oklahoma's first core DJ?
First.
First?
And only core MC. The
Tell
first
people
and the
what
first
that
core MC.
means.
Well, okay, I guess it was building a stage, a platform for us because there was never a stage or a platform for the host or the MC. There was always there for the DJs, and the DJs never needed a host or a lot of talented DJs could do the hosting and the DJing both by themselves. Shout out to all my DJs, shout out to everybody that does their thing. So when DJ Eddie Brosco came in the game, he loved DJing. He didn't like being on the mic, even though he was on the mic all day, every day. But he didn't like it in the beginning, so that's why I came. And I kind of was like, I was doing my thing, making sure that everybody turned up, and it came like a craft to me more than anything, because then I started mastering, it's certain parts that you talk on and certain parts that you don't talk on. It's just like strategic ways of talking to people. And then it came to a point where I always like to sit in the background. For one, because I was a drug dealer. Let's just keep it G. You know what I'm saying? Let's just, if you gonna take me for everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
All of it.
I was. At that point in time, I stood back in the background, and I always was the guy, always. But then they kept pushing me in the front lines. They kept pushing me to the front stage. They kept doing all this extra because you know, they seen the talent. I didn't see it. I didn't want to.
Right.
I didn't care to even think about it. I was just doing it for the fun of it.
Right.
You know, most of the time I was doing it because I was fucked up and then we had a good old time. But they could see the talent. A lot of the people that looked out for me could see the talent. So they like, yo, you should do this like professionally. And then I think about 10 years ago, I took it serious and I literally was the MC for all the concerts in Oklahoma, not just Oklahoma City, but we're talking about Lawton, Tulsa, Oklahoma City. We're talking about Enid, Ada, Ardmore. We're talking about Midwest City. We're talking about Del City, Edmond. After a while, you're like, who is this dude? Why is this dude doing that? Because and then I was making, what they say, I was making a trail for people to follow. You know what I'm saying? Because back then, the only host I knew was LJ the DJ. Let's just keep it real. And Jackie. You know what I'm saying? From 104.9. You know what I'm saying? They was the only guys that I ever seen hosting the gig. So I like intimidate them. I watch them. I literally, like, I got a lot of game. No disrespect, but my man Jackie taught me a lot of the game because he taught me how to be professional about it. You know, I just don't sound like a dumbass doing this stuff. I am literally a professional doing this. So, you know, not to do my own horn, but I'm a great host. You know?
You are.
So at that point in time, the biggest DJ organization was looking for a host. Let's say about 8 years ago, because that's when I started. Almost 8 years ago is when I became a core MC. So Tony Neal, shout out to Tony Neal. Let me see, I straight. He was talking about the MCs and this and this and this, and there was a conversation me and Tony had, and I was like, bro, it'd be dope if the DJ coalitions actually had a lane for us to do our thing. This 8 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, like 6, 7 months later, shout out to Tegas Vegas, shout out to 3, shout out to Wayne, shout out to Rocky for actually vouching for me and was like, and Rich. And they was like, yeah, he got to be put on. You got to put him on. And boom, 8 years later, I'm core DJ and core MC, the first core MC, you know, just to hit the platform for all of us. For everybody that does my type of work. That ain't a DJ but got a voice.
Right. Right. You really done paved the way.
Yeah, there you go.
People coming up after you.
Yeah. And I'm not fucked up about it. I'm not in competition with nobody. I'm not here to I'm not here to big dick swing and all that. I'm here to, if I could teach you, I'd rather teach you than you have to bump your head a million times. Look, little homie, let me show you.
Right.
There's a shortcut right here in the corner. I'm not fucked up about doing that. Some other people might, but I'm not fucked up about it. That's, you know, that's, like I said, it's being consistent. I've been consistent in this game, in the music game for years, bro. We could say about 20 years.
2 decades.
2 decades.
Really been putting some skin in the game.
I'm an old ass motherfucker.
We're not gonna say, we're gonna say season. Shout out to season. That's what
shout out to season, shout out to Chop.
Yes.
Yo, it's crazy because Chop is one of the guys I started with. Chop, when he was an artist, when he was with Presidential Trap House and he was doing his own thing, that's when he started Sav Squad, right? I was one of the original 8.
Okay.
Sav Squad was us. You know, it's Chop, Brian Daly, Chase Dollars, Chase D, the producer, Rich Kid, the producer. Y'all know him as DB, but back then he was Drama Boy.
Okay.
Y'all know him as DB. You know, shout out to my man DB. You know what I'm saying? Young Jones.
Yeah.
Dirty.
We got Young
Young Dirty. He's from the 580. Shout out to all my people from the go. You know how I go down. And me, the original 8. And then we got Sav Squad Nation. Then we got, you know, we was actually the old guys that actually brought product to the game. We was the ones doing the 1000 shirts. We was the ones doing the Mojo Through the Roof shirts. We was the ones doing the Sav Life shirts. Like it's crazy because now I'm like, you You know what I'm saying? D-Right, tell him the truth, bro. He was like, fact. I'm not.
Everybody wasn't in there getting merch then.
Right.
We was every day.
Right.
And every day it wasn't, for us it was more of a branding situation. You gonna brand
So
yourself,
important to
brand it. This is me every day. This is what I rock every day. You gonna see Sad something on me. Sad Life, Sad Squad, I'm 1000 easy every day. And that was like 2000, like that ended like in 2008, 2009, somewhere around there.
There's a lot to say about that for anybody
Top
watching
season,
you.
Ashley, you know what I'm talking
You
about?
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a lot to say. Like anybody watching you who has seen that you've been consistent, and I like that you tapped into branding. I feel like a lot of people, they skip out on that. Like you can say that you're an artist, but what's your brand? You know
What's
what I'm saying?
your
What's
brand,
present
bro?
when you're not present? You know what I'm
What's your
saying?
brand?
When people see that, they need to see you.
At the end of the day, like I'm supportive of every brand that comes from here,
Right.
from Oklahoma. It ain't just Tulsa, it ain't just Lawton, it ain't just Oklahoma City. It's everywhere in Oklahoma. I support Oklahoma in the whole entirety. So the independent artists, I support you. The independent clothing line, I support them. The independent singer, I support you. No matter if you come, you gotta come from here. It gotta be in your blood. You know what I'm saying? Because I see a lot of people, they talk about it but don't be about it. A lot of them. A whole lot of them. And like, don't be mad at me if I want to see it. Show me.
Right.
Show me that you could do all this extra that you're talking about. Show me that you could do that.
Right.
Then I believe it.
Because you're saying a lot, but let's see it.
You talking? I don't see you.
You ain't got
You
no
don't-
movement.
Come on, motion is everything.
Absolute
Motion is
waves.
the potion. Is everything.
Everything moves. Everything that exists is moving in some form or fashion.
It don't stay stagnant.
You can't.
Stagnant is like that.
How do you
Agreed.
think that you continuously reinvent yourself every year? You're still relevant in this game for 20 years. That's not easy for anybody to do. How are you able to do that?
I think now, no disrespect, it's effortless. Because I've done the work for 20 years, it's like they're expecting of me to do that work. They're expected of me to be that man.
Right.
Their expectations of me are, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect, but I took a 7-month hiatus on everybody and nobody really knew. The only reason why I took that hiatus was I had 2 strokes.
Oh.
I had 2 strokes, I had a heart attack and I had a brain aneurysm.
My goodness.
7 months ago, well really about 8 months ago. He'll tell you, Bishop will tell you. You know, and what I did, I went into hiding more than anything. I didn't tell nobody.
Right.
You know, the way that you can hear it in the way that I talk. Sometimes the way that I walk, you can see it. But I actually have paralysis of the left side. So I can't use my left hand like I use my right. I used to be a left-hander. I can't even write with my left hand. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't let people see it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm stronger than that. I'm way stronger. Because people see people actually looking at you. So they're actually watching you to see what you're doing next.
Right.
And I don't want to let nobody down. That's just me.
big.
I'm the kind of guy, because I rep who I rep, the strongest I am, the voice of Oklahoma. Bro, you can't see me in a wheelchair, you can't see me in a walker. Let's put it like this. When I got out the hospital, the first 2 weeks, I was in a wheelchair. The second 2 weeks, I really was in a walker. And then the last 2 weeks, I was walking by myself. So it took me a month to walk by myself. Learn how to talk by myself, learn how to walk by myself, learn how to do everything by myself. Literally, how to rethink everything.
That is crazy.
It's crazy, but
What did that moment teach you?
it taught me to sit the fuck down.
Yeah.
It taught me to be patient. It's gonna come. If you work your ass off, like, okay, I had a time, and this is me being transparent. I'm gonna be transparent with y'all. There was a time in my life where I didn't know where I was going with this. because I came back to life when everybody else around me had died from the same situation. R.I.P. Blackout for passing away just like he had a brain aneurysm. My cousin had a brain aneurysm. 3 days later, after I got out the hospital, he dies on me.
Wow.
It's crazy, but I was questioning myself where I wanted to be at. And one of my big homies told me, he said, if you was done, God would have took you. But you done so good in your life that you gotta pay that bill back. It's Spanish. It sounds different in Spanish. You can, but I understand what he's saying. I've done so much good in this world that God is like, you gotta pay me back. Everything, yeah, you done did a whole lot, so I gotta bring you back. You one of my soldiers. Right. So, you know, of course I'm gonna bring you back and I'm gonna show you, even though sometimes you don't wanna be here, you gotta be here.
You gotta be here.
You gotta be here, cause you could be someone's inspiration.
Whether you realize it or not.
Whether you realize it or not.
You never know who's watching, y'all. Now, I want to segue or switch gears. I want to talk music a little bit. I've been skipping the top 5 on a few of my interviews, but I want to know, who are your top 5?
My top 5 is real difficult. My number 1 would be Jay-Z. My number 2 would probably be Andre.
Okay, that's a good
Andre
one.
3000.
I love Andre 3000.
My number 5 would probably be like a Kendrick.
No, wait.
Lamar.
You skipped.
No, number 4, number 2,
Yeah, 3 and 4.
Yeah, I skipped 3 and 4, right? One of my number 3, cause this is how it goes. Okay, Jay-Z, 3000. Number 3, it's kind of a joke. I could go from Eminem to like somebody like Drake. You know like right there, that number 3, and now number 4 would probably be Kendrick, and number 5 would be J. Cole, the greatest of all time.
I agree. I definitely think that all 3 of them belong on the top 5 because.
Y'all thought I was gonna say Tupac and Biggie, didn't y'all?
You gave us the classic with Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
And he mentioned Drake, so. You know, for
Jay-Z.
me, I'm a happy
number
camper.
3, that's in between.
Yeah, either one, I'll take it.
Eminem or Drake.
From you, I'll take it. That's big. But as you know, we play a little game on the show called "Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader?"
I'm not.
I believe in you. You know more than you think, because you was answering the one about South Dakota and Mount Rushmore. Remember South?
Because I've been to South Dakota.
Oh, you have? Because I've been there. That's a real life experience.
That's a real life experience. You know, shout out to my native people. All my indigenous, you know, I've been on ribs out there. You know, shout out.
Oh
real,
my goodness. Real. Okay. I believe you. The first question. Which language is spoken in the Canadian province of Quebec?
France.
That's right. That's right. See, look at you. You already got it. Second one. What is the Earth's thinnest layer?
The Earth's thinnest layer? I didn't even know that. Dirt would be it.
You can ask the audience if you need help. That's not. You know, we got different.
Oh, okay. I thought
crust.
It is the crust. It's the crust. Good job, man. I mean, he did say dirt.
I said dirt.
Okay. We'll take the. He said the stratosphere. I'm like.
Take it. Take it. Yeah.
We'll take it. We'll give it to you. Okay. Who was the first person to set foot on the moon?
It wasn't Armstrong.
I say I know the answer they tell.
Are you sure?
Huh? Technically, it's Armstrong. Technically,
Yeah,
but
it
You
is.
know that wasn't it.
It was Neil.
Talking back.
Neil
It was
Armstrong.
Neil.
Yes.
Wait, who's Lance? Is that his
Lance
brother?
is the biker. He's the bike dude.
I get those two confused. It's the Armstrong. Okay, your last one. You got it right though. The first fireworks were invented in the 7th century in what country?
China.
Damn, he got all of them right. Look at you. And he was down in it. Yeah, he was breezing through it. And he was like, I don't know. I'm gonna get something hard for y'all.
No, that
Y'all know
was
that's
hard. That was real hard. Because it had everybody looking like,
Right, everybody
what?
was like, damn.
Fireworks in China. What? What are you talking about?
And I was figuring like some of these you can kind of use like some deductive
is
reasoning.
fundamental. Shout out to everybody. Y'all
That's
make sure
right.
y'all read, you know?
Reading is fundamental.
It's definitely fundamental.
Yes, so we're gonna switch gears back into the conversation. Now, over this journey, what is it that you've learned that you wish you would have knew, that you wish you would have known starting out?
Damn, the Bulls was gonna win.
Right.
You said that the Warriors is gonna win.
No, the Bulls
Oh,
was
the
gonna
Bulls
win.
is gonna win.
Yeah.
Every year.
Oh,
That's your team?
nah, hell no.
Oh.
They wish you would have known.
Who's your team?
Thunder.
Oh, yeah. Okay, see.
Thunder. Okay,
of
see.
course.
Duh. Who was my team
sometimes you get
before
some
that?
Oklahoma.
Shout out to Dallas. You know what I'm saying?
The
The
Mavericks?
Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah.
When they had Nash, and Dirk, that was
Never
it.
did was let
That,
Nash leave.
oh my mama, that's bro. Oh my, bro. But that's
Wait.
a whole nother
Do
conversation.
you like the Cowboys?
Fuck yeah. I'm a Cowboy fanatic.
That's right.
I like a real cocaine cowboy.
That's right.
Shout out to Michael Irvin.
out to the
Shout out to
80s.
Troy Aikman. Shout out to motherfucking Emmitt Smith. Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? Winning five. We got five.
Right,
the
the
real
real
boys.
boys.
We got five. I don't care if it's been 20 years. We still got five. Bang.
And we're gonna
Bang
take
with
it.
We gonna take it. On my mama, we gonna take it. That's a real cowboy fan for you. We gonna take it.
That is
Even if we ain't won 20 years, we still gonna take it. We still got five. We got five.
That's all that matters. 'Cause a lot of
Cowboy
niggas ain't got Cowboy Nation. I love to hear it. And I only ask people that even if they from Oklahoma because I still know several people here who are like, fuck the Cowboys.
No,
I like the
look,
Giants.
in Oklahoma,
The
you're gonna have
Giants.
people that are either Dallas fans or Dallas haters.
Ain't no in between.
There's no in between. If we're talking about basketball, we're gonna talk about the closest team to us is probably the Dallas Mavericks
That's right.
and the Lakers. Football is gonna be the Raiders and
There are a lot of Raiders
Cowboys.
fans here.
Other than that, you gotta
A lot
go to
of
the
people
South
like the
Side.
Chiefs.
You gotta go to the South Side. Everybody on the South Side is Raidered out.
Yeah.
You know, they're Raider gang. Shout out to all my essays out there that's Raider gang. Y'all still suck. No matter what. You know, because I'm a cowboy. I'm a real cowboy. So, like in Little Mexico, you'll have Raider fans and you'll have Cowboy fans. Other than that, like, I've seen a couple of Pittsburgh heads, you know what I'm saying? But we Cowboys.
It's a few sprinkled in there.
They sprinkle in there.
Now I'm curious, with you working with so many different DJs and artists, have you ever wanted to be on the flip side of that and be the artist as well?
Fuck no.
No.
Hell no.
You gotta know your role.
Right. I like to hear that because some people will try to
fuck.
force
I like to
it.
hear them do
I
see
do
it.
too.
I see exactly what the artists go through, and I don't want to put that on nobody.
That's real shit.
Shout out to all the artists that's doing their thing right now.
What's
But-
one thing
but-
that
but
you can like warn them of?
all I can say is get you a team, bro. You can't do this shit by yourself. I don't care. I don't care what you tell me. You can say all you want. You'll probably be a selfish individual that won't put your team on, and we don't need none of you. The real motherfuckers that's actually gonna fuck with you are people that got teams. That's who's gonna fuck with you. That's the. If you're a smart artist, you'll get a smart team. No, and I ain't gotta tell you exactly what to do and who to get and all that extra shit. If you're a smart individual, you'll know the smart people to get. And sometimes they couldn't be your friends. Sometimes they won't be your friends. These will just be people that are good at what they do. You need people that you can utilize in what they do. If they're good at promoting, then that's what they're good at. If they're good at management, then that's what they're good at. If they're good at production, then that's what they're good at. They don't have to be your friends all the time. Your friends are always going to be their own responsibility. Let's just keep it real, because and I'm not trying to be cold-hearted, because I've got a lot of friends that when I get wealthy, I promise you I'm gonna take care of. But at the end of the day, they gotta know they gotta know know their lane.
That's right.
I'm only a friend. That's
Just
it.
your friend.
You'll be my friend. You'll be my family for years. Let them do what they're supposed to do. Let them do what they're supposed to do. Because at the end of the day, this is a business.
Yep.
And you gotta do smart moves to be in a business type of mind. Smart business minded.
I think
as they
that's so
say.
important that you even said that, because a lot of people will look to their friends and kind of catch a little fit with them, like, why aren't you doing this, and this? Well, I'm just your friend. This ain't my specific role. I think it's important for people to be able to know their roles.
Nah, you know your lane. Stay in your lane,
Stay
bro.
in your lane. It makes
If
things
you
a
don't
lot
know nothing
easier.
about management, why the fuck am I gonna hire you, bro? Just because you're my friend? No, I don't. Look, if I can't do the job, please find somebody that can do the job better than me. That's called evolution. That's called what is it called? Elevation. That's what it's called, bro. I'm not pissed off about that. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying? In the business that we're in, this is what we do. If you could find somebody that could do a better job than me, then do that. But don't find somebody that's gonna do a smaller job than me. Either go big or go home.
Absolutely.
One of the two.
Go big or go home.
You can't tell me nothing. I died and lived this shit. So you can't tell me nothing. I've gone big and I've gone home. And I came back and I've worked. I've worked my ass off. You know what they say? They say you reap what you sow. I've definitely reaped what I sowed. So, you know what I'm saying? Right now, it's like you said, like I say, it's effortless, bro, because I came back. I came back. I
You wasn't
literally came
done.
back. I ain't done.
You're not done.
I'm not.
Absolutely.
You know?
I love it, guys. A testimony. Now, we have been talking for a minute. Go ahead and let everybody know anything that you have coming up that we need to be tapping in for, checking out for.
Look, IET is a motherfucking gang. Y'all know every time that we do things big. I definitely don't need to promote things. Y'all gonna see it. Y'all gonna see exactly what's going on.
That's right.
Y'all gonna see everything that's happening with us, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Wayne, shout out to the whole gang.
Shout out to the gang.
Everybody, Flex, you know, everybody that's with us. Shout out to everybody. Kilo, you know what time it is.
Yes, well, I want to thank you for joining us here on the Wave Talk.
No, thank you. I appreciate
Absolutely.
that.
If you have any events you want us to pull up with the camera and get some on-the-spot interviews, let us know. We'll be there. I support anything that you're doing. I'm super honored because whenever I first saw you in 2019, I was like, oh my God, look at him, he's so big. You know what I'm saying? Because you're a celebrity.
Look, all I can tell you is you're bigger than what you think you are.
Oh.
And you wouldn't even know that. Because you don't think about it like that.
Right.
But when everybody else talks highly of you, imagine the good that comes from that. You just gotta have the confidence to know that they're gonna do my shit.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, you could, like even the artists, I was listening to you, and it's surprising that some artists wouldn't want to sit on this couch.
Yeah.
Because it's like you paid the way. If you don't understand, like you're one of the historians of this Oklahoma shit. So no, real. So you gotta actually like speak confidence in yourself. You gotta be confident to know that of course they want to sit on this couch.
Right.
Duh. You know what I'm saying? It's an honor that they sit at this couch. That's how you look at things. And I swear to God, that Wave Talk gonna take off. It's gonna take off. And it's not a podcast, it's not an interview, this is a talk show. And I said to myself, it's a talk show.
It's a talk show, y'all. Well, thank you again,
You're
JPOE,
welcome.
for real. I really appreciate it.
For sure.
Y'all, we will be back with our closing statement. Make sure y'all come back. I don't know, we'll be back. They almost. It's all right, crowd. I appreciate y'all for sticking with me. We've been here since 1 o'clock, 1 something, and you know, we just been rocking it out. But thank you for coming back to another episode of the Wave Talk. I want to give a huge thank you to today's guest, JPOE. I love hearing about his journey. I'm excited to see what he continues to do. I love how he continues to reinvent himself every fucking year, y'all. That's the voice of Oklahoma. Sat right here on this couch, so turn up. As always, I like to close it out with a quote, and this one is super simple. I heard it the other day, and it's really been sticking with me. I think I'm gonna even get it tatted. But the quote is, "It's already written." Simple as that. We're stressing about shit that's already written. It's not gonna make a difference whether you try and do something different or, try and not do something. Whatever's about to happen is gonna happen regardless. So, just take it easy and just live in the moment. You can't worry about what ain't happened yet. It's already written, and it's gonna happen regardless. So, again, I'd like to give a huge shout out to New Wave or No Wave, the home team. Shout us out. I'd like to give a huge shout out to Life Media 405 for our production. Please be sure to follow us on all social media platforms at The Wave Talk Official. And remember, guys, it's a talk show, not a podcast. See y'all for the next episode of The Wave Talk.